XP Pen Artist 16 Pro is the new 2021 addition to the XP Pen family. Promising natural colors and a wide viewing range, the Artist 16 Pro is supposed to be the ideal graphics tablet for an eclectic range of visual art mediums. But does it deliver? Hello, I'm Victoria Waterjack. Join me and we'll take a closer look at whether XP Pen's new graphic tablet makes me an artist. The Artist 16 Pro is a touchscreen graphics tablet, which allows creators to connect it to a computer and, using the stylus provided, make art with a program of their choice, which we'll get into later. The box includes an X3 Elite Artist Stylus stored in a case, 4 international power adapters, an artist glove, a screen cleaner, some USB and HDMI cables for connection, a warranty booklet, a quick guide, and, of course, the monitor. The size of the screen is approximately 15.4 inches. The graphics tablet is very thin, about 9 millimeters, making it super sleek and not clunky, which is really nice because it aligns the artist with the feeling of a real canvas or pencil to paper drawing, which is what we like. We have a USB-C port, a power button, and a brightness adjuster on the left side of the tablet. On the left side of the screen, there are 8 keys which are all customizable using the Pen tablet program that comes with the Artist 16 Pro. There is a dual dial which you can also customize depending on your workflow. The pen that comes with the Artist 16 Pro is the X3 Elite Plus Stylus. It's a smooth plastic but good quality, and I would say it weighs roughly the same amount as a sturdy pencil, which gives it a really nice feeling, especially if you're used to non-digital art making. It also comes in a really nice case, which you can click open and close, which is really satisfying. Inside, there are extra stylus tips that you can use to replace on your stylus as it gets worn out over time. You also get a glove, which fits on your hand and allows you to draw without the fear of touching commands with your fingers. And it fits on both hands, which is really good for our left-handed pals. Lastly, the cords are standard and all feel super sturdy and high quality. One thing to note is that the Artist 16 Pro doesn't actually come with a stand. You have to buy that separately. I myself have made a makeshift stand, which is me holding the device like this. So I would probably recommend that if you're already spending $600, you might as well just invest in the stand as well. It's just gonna make the drawing experience easier and more pleasant. And you won't have to like hold it on your lap or like hunch over the display, because that's not as fun. So, to install, the first thing you're gonna need to do is download all the drivers necessary in order for the tablet to be able to connect to your computer. And this is all found in the quick guide setup for the Artist 16 Pro and subsequently their website. Overall, I found it to be pretty simple. I did have to update my Mac computer to Big Sur because that's what they recommend. I didn't come up with too many problems and it was pretty straightforward to kind of download everything. One thing to note is that you're going to need to enable permissions on your computer, which is usually in your security and privacy settings. This is just so the tablet has permission to take over your computer screen. But overall, once you figure that out, connecting the device is actually pretty easy. After hooking up the HDMI, you're left with 2 USB cables. The red cable connects to the power USB port and the black cable connects right into your computer. And this is what's going to power your graphics tablet. You can work without plugging in the red cable. However, you won't be able to turn your tablet to full brightness because it is pulling its power from your computer. And that's simply not enough. From there, you can adjust the monitor settings, configure the pen, and customize your keys on the Pen tablet program. So, how does it do in action? Well, first things first, you are going to need an artist program on your computer in order to use the device. With the purchase of a tablet, you do get access to 2 professional art programs, Art Rage 5 or Open Canva, and you get to choose between these 2 and get a license for free. So that's pretty neat. I didn't do that. I use Krita. That is the program I'm most comfortable with and what I like, but luckily it is compatible. But once that's figured out, the drawing. How is that? The biggest pro for me would definitely have to be the stylus. It's super smooth and comfortable to hold. It's roughly the weight of a sturdy pencil, which feels really nice, especially if you are someone who comes from non-digital art making. It just kind of gives more of a realistic feel and helps the kind of transition between the 2 mediums a little bit more smoother. While drawing, I didn't have to press down too hard and there was no lag in my strokes showing up on the monitor. And it allowed me to draw really nice details, kind of like I would be able to if I was drawing in a sketchbook. The eraser is also really nice. I really enjoy being able to flip my stylus over as though it was a pencil. Alternatively, you can also set your right click on your stylus to switch between the pencil and eraser. So that's also another easy way to go about it. It really just depends on what you prefer, but luckily there's customizable options and you can do whatever suits you the best. The monitor is 1080p, which for me works. I know some of you are into the 4K, 8K lifestyles. For me, the contrast is super strong, the colors are really vivid, and that's really all I kind of need when drawing. It doesn't need to be the most front of the line, up-to-date technology. I just need the screen to, you know, look nice. In this edition, we are provided with 8 shortcut keys and 2 knobs that we can customize on the Pen Tablet app. I really like the knobs. It allows me to zoom into the image I'm working on, the movement is very clean, and there is no lag. You can also customize them however you want, and it can definitely create a nicer workflow once you figure out what you like best. For example, if you switch pen sizes a lot, you can set it so that one of the knobs will adjust how large your stroke is, which is great when you're working with multiple mediums within the program. The same goes for the shortcut keys. You definitely have to play around with the particular programs that you're using to ensure that those hotkeys are exactly how you want them. But once you do that, it's super easy to assign hotkeys to the different shortcuts that are on the Artist 16 Pro. So, the cables. They are existing. I think it's important to note that while the graphic display is very tablet-like, it is not an external independent device. It does need to be hooked up to a computer in order to work, which does mean cables. It's unavoidable, you gotta plug it in order for it to be able to work with your computer. It ain't easy, but this is life. So, would I recommend it? The Artist 16 Pro has pros and cons. I think maybe they could have made some of the cables longer. Specifically for me, the USB-C cable connecting right into the device. It would just give the artist more room to shift without having to readjust their whole life. But you always have extension cords, and when in doubt, the device can be powered strictly from your laptop, so you don't always need to be near an outlet. It would definitely be more ideal if it came with a stand, or even just like a janky little kickstand out the back. Anything would be nice. But it works, and it works really nicely. Stylus to screen, it's really, really nice. And to me, that's the most important thing. The knobs and keys are nice, but I think for a professional, it might be a little bit more limiting. Being able to connect an external hotkeys device would definitely make this more flexible, especially if you are a professional who already has a system that they are comfortable with. It would just allow you to continue to use that system and not have to adapt to the very particular hotkeys that they give you on the Artist 16 Pro. With that, I would likely recommend this to enthusiastic hobbyists or non-professional passionate artists. Not because it's bad or that the screen doesn't work or that it's not good to draw on, but I think for a professional, the general design would be a little bit more limiting. If you need something with flexibility, if you have a particular workflow that would require you have a very clean desk, I just think that this device might not give you that. But professionals, you might not care. And in that case, I will say that it draws really, really nicely. And for hobbyists, I think what your choice is gonna come down to is whether or not you can spend, that much money on a device. It's not a $1,500 graphics display, but it is, still a decent amount of money. However, if you're someone who likes to sit down and draw at their desk for hours, has a beautiful appreciation for color theory, and can fit this within their budget, I'd say that the Artist 16 Pro is an ideal option. I'm Victoria Wadajak. Make sure to check out makeuseUp.com for the full article and all your tech needs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.